Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode here on the Resolute SMP. I am in our new area. I'm just out here because I thought it was much prettier than starting over here where I just have a bunch of crap everywhere. But yeah, like I said last time, we will be spending most of our time here for the time being. I have been slowly moving stuff over because we haven't got shulker boxes at the moment. I have been using mules, so because you know, like you can put chests and stuff on them, and you can like pack them up, and like I think you only get like 3 rows of 5. But I mean, it's better than nothing. I've also been using ender chests. But I have been moving everything in downstairs. Press the wrong button. If we run down here, got this big drop. I've been doing a lot of work in this cave. I have been setting up some stuff over here. Like this is all the stuff I've been bringing across that will be like big parts of the stuff we'll be building. Yes, so as you can see already, there are a couple of different concrete blocks around the area. So the yellow ones represent farms, so things that will be getting us resources. The blue is just functional decorative type things, so things such as staircases or ponds and rivers and whatever the hell, like things that are usable but also kind of just aesthetic. And then far over in the distance there, which I'll just free cam it. Oop, I pressed the wrong button. Which I'll just free cam it over. Red is decorative, so this is just like a big amethyst geode, which I thought was really cool. And I figured we could just do something with it to make it look real nice. We've also actually got one up here. Where is it? There it is. Which I've already chucked a torch up in there. Which I think we might do something with that as well, because we could, one, use it for farms, but two, it would just be really pretty to have them kind of hanging about. But anyway, what brings us to today's episode is this big space here that I've marked out in yellow and chucked a beacon in. This is where I want to set up a trading hall. So I want to have just a absolute ridiculous boatload of villages in here, every single type you could possibly think of. I want to dig it down to probably about maybe this level here, take it all the way to the back, and even a little bit further, because behind this wall that dips down is even more space. So I'm thinking, if we can kind of build the facade of the building, like up against this roof here, right back against the wall, and we'll be able to have like multi-levels of different types of villages in here and try to go really big on this project. I've gone big on villages before, but I think I can honestly go even bigger and kind of outdo the excessive nature of what I actually need villages for. They will be coming in quite handy, as like there are a lot of villages that sell different types of blocks that we'll be using throughout certain types of builds, as well as villages that sell things like glass and lanterns and redstone and all of that is really helpful, as well as just all the enchants. But yeah, for now, what I'm going to do is jump into a quick time lapse of digging out this area here behind me, and I will see you on the other side. Well, damn, that was exhausting. A big part of the thing you didn't actually see, which you might have noticed, there was a bit of a cut between the two different time lapses there, is that I had to get a bunch of sponges and then go and empty out a huge water cavern that was up here. Where you can kind of see where I dug away those big divots that came down and like had that big dip. All of that from about over here that stretched over there, then also stretched to a big cavern that is back here, which I jump up. It should be lit up. All of this up here, all of this through here. This was one big water cavern. One, because I was trying to stop these little guys from spawning, but two, is the roof wasn't high enough for the build I wanted to put in here, or that I'm planning to put in here. So I had to get rid of the water so that I was able to actually dig the roof up some more. But yeah, it took me a long time. It took me even longer because I had to go to what are those, the big spicy fish temples? Um, Ocean Monument. Oh my god. I had to go to an ocean monument to go and get the sponges because I only had a couple from one that I did where I went and killed the Guardian. And finally found one that had a sponge room. So I think I've got 38. Yeah, I got 38 at the moment, which is good. Very helpful, so I can go through and do all that. In between getting rid of all of the waterways as well, which I did. I think I did this yesterday. Is I built a glow ink sack farm for glow squid. Pretty basic design. It's got the water towers that go down onto the little fences, and then like a minecart system that goes through and picks up the ink sats that when they fall and drop and die. Like, it's not the most efficient, but it's also not like I need stacks on stacks on stacks of glow ink sacks. Like, I'll probably need half of an actual chest for the entirety of the season, but I figured I'd put in 2 double chests. If we get more than we ever actually need, we can start giving it to the other Resolute members, or rather than just giving it away, selling it. Why give it away when you can make money? But yeah, so we've got that there as well. So what I wanted to do next was I'm going to have to start gathering a boatload of resources to build this thing, because it's going to be absolutely massive. Another thing I'm going to have to do is figure out a way to get my villagers from the breeder, which is like way up the top here, to down the actual bottom. Yeah, so here they are. Here is my villager breeder. It has to be quite far away from the, like, where you have them, because otherwise it counts to the something. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember. Like, mob math that I don't understand. But anyway, regardless. What I'm thinking of doing is actually just having this, like, just drop all the way down, like here. And then we can just have like a water thing that'll catch them or something. I don't know. I haven't actually quite thought that far ahead. That's just more of a could possibly do this type of thing, but also might need to move the villager breeder because it's now, I'm realizing, going to drop right onto our trading hall, which is kind of annoying. What I'm going to do next is jump into a quick resource gathering montage, and I'll see you on the other side. Oh, actually, no, you're not. We're going to talk real quick. What you'll probably notice is that I've actually put a trim on my armor. I'm going to check it up on the screen now. Diamond did win between the Diamond and Emerald for the Silence trim. Get somewhere light so you can actually see it. Yeah, I went with the Diamond. I think it looks really cool. So we've got the Silence on each one, which looks, in my opinion, the actual best. And like you can see it from the back as well. It's just got such cool detail. I think it's got the most coverage out of all of them. And I just love the way the diamond kind of fades out on the like the black of the netherite. But yeah, like I said, I will see you after this quick resource gathering montage. Kicked it off by gathering an absolute boatload of terracotta, then an absolute boatload of dark oak wood, and then probably the most tedious block in the game together, which was mangrove logs. Then after that, on my way home, I actually found a black cat, tamed it, and I brought it home, then headed straight into the nether so I could go and grab some blackstone. As a lot of you have probably already noticed, XeTrain is our newest member to the server. I'm not going to bother showing you the introduction we gave him to the server, but I am going to link him below and encourage you to go watch his video that he's released. Once I made it back to my base, I started on building up a red wall surrounding where I was going to put the heart of the villager trading section.
Then I went through, ripped up the floor, and placed down a brand new one. From there I went and built the cells, or I should say probably workstations, that the villagers will stay in for the rest of time. And then I went and proceeded to move in every single villager for, I think I did about 8 rows in the end. It was a very long and painful process. I think these were the librarians that I were putting in. And then following on from that, I went through and did a big section for farmers.
That was probably one of the weirder, not even time lapses, just amalgamation of short clips that managed to go one after the other succinctly, all at once, in a row. And I've done a lot, but I've also avoided doing big things. As you can see here, I've put up the big surrounding structure, which you probably saw in a bunch of different clips. Like I think there's a time lapse at this point. I think it's been 3 days since I've actually started this project IRL. So I'm actually a bit hazy on what I recorded and what I haven't recorded. But yeah, just in case, I've done this whole big building that surrounds here. It wraps up right up to the roof. I kind of had this vision in my head for what I wanted, but at the same time, I hated it every single time I added something else. I initially just built that out of netherrack because I needed a structure just to see it visually right in front of me. And then, similar to what I did with the desert build, went in later on and just started adding in varying textures and just seeing what we did there. And as you saw in the montage, I gathered a bunch of mangrove wood, but then I stopped because I wasn't sure if I actually liked it or not. Like, even after testing on like a little sample, being like, yep, sold, that's what I want, and then going and putting more in, I just all of a sudden I stopped liking it. So rather than continuing to build, having zero idea what I'm doing, I think, as you can see, I started placing in villages. So we have all but 2 of the trades available. I think the only ones we don't have is blast protection and fire protection. Everything else I have got. Let's have a look at our statistics here. Items. So I broke the lectern 1,309 times. There were a few mishaps. A couple of villages didn't make it. Where did I put them? I think I put them in here. Yeah, a couple of librarians didn't make it. 2 of them, thankfully, were just because I actually didn't need them anymore. Like, I'd got one that was maybe level 4 because I've been trying for so long, and then eventually I got level 5, so I went back and killed the level 4. But then other ones, like I accidentally killed the Unbreaking 3 villager, the first one I got. Because I was killing a mob that got in, but then my sword has sweeping edge, and then I hit the villager as well and killed it, which was really, really irritating. But like, it is what it is. Either way, I've got every single trade. They've all been cured, and they've all got ridiculously cheap trades. I've leveled them all up to masters as well, which is just fantastic. Surprisingly enough, the easiest trade for me to get that I thought would be really hard was mending. I got it so damn often. But then this is the same mending villager from the one I had up the top. So like, I just still kept him. This is my Unbreaking one, still like 1 emerald trades, which is fantastic. As I was going through and getting all the trades that I needed, I just kept all the stuff in here that we got along the way. I got rid of like a lot of the crappy books that we didn't actually need from leveling up, but then the rest of them I've started storing in chests next to them if that's what I traded, but some of them I just started trading bookshelves because then we needed books to trade with the other villagers to level them up anyway. We've got a bunch of lanterns here, boatload of grass, empty chest. Yeah, so we've got the 1, 2, 3, and 4 rows of librarian village traders. This one is missing. I can't remember what it was, but I think it was because I had accidentally hit it during somewhere in the process, and after curing it, the trades were still super ridiculously expensive. So I just got rid of it because I remember thinking, well, there's not much point because whatever it was trading wasn't of high use. It might have been a Bane of Arthropods, because I have it over there as a secondary trade. Either way, irrelevant. Anyway, and then over here I have farmers. All of them leveled up to master. All of them have been zombified and then cured after that. And I've been trading those up. This was the bread, but then I've been taking it back up the top through here, because we've got the villager breeder. So that's where all the bread is. In here, just cookies, pies, and apples. Really cheap trades. Also cake. I don't know why I kept the cake, but I did. And then a boatload of golden carrots, which is fantastic because all the golden carrot trades are now 1 diamond for 3 carrots, which I think is fantastic. So we've got this row here, and this row here. Really creepy when they're all just staring and not moving. Really quite unsettling. Yeah, so those are all of the ones that we've got set in now. We have a couple sprinkled in, like this guy here because he was a spare. These ones here because I just brought them down on accident. So I just had a few too many. So I haven't really decided what the other rows are going to be yet. But based on that to-do list, we went through, I think it was 2 episodes ago. Maybe it was the episode before the Deep Dark. I have already kind of got a prepared list of the ones that we do want to go after. These ones were at the top of my list because from something like the librarian, you can get lanterns and you can get glass, which for me is ideal because I hate collecting sand and then having to cook it. And crafting lanterns is just a pain because you have to go and get the coal and the sticks and then the iron to go on top of that. It's just a hassle. But back here, this leads up through the side, but my access point is through, oh my gosh, through here. So this takes us up to, so this is the roof. This is that railway, whatever, to the villager breeder. So this is where the villagers come from, the villager breeder up the top there. They fall down. I've put like a little water thing so it breaks their fall. They don't die after falling a long way. Excuse me. So I press that button, a minecart pops out. Most of my minecarts are actually down there because I haven't brought them up yet. But a minecart will come out, grab a villager, and then take them right down to our trading hall. And this will also be fantastic because when I do eventually build a iron farm down here, we can just change the direction of this because I think I've actually planned to build it down over here. I marked it out in yellow. Yes, here. So this is, I think, a certain amount of blocks away. I can't remember the amount, but I did the math, and this should be far enough away that the count for the villages here doesn't affect the ones that we have within the trading hall itself. But moving on from here, some other things that we have done in the meantime. I can't remember if I've shown this or not, if I've already recorded it, because I've been working on this episode for over a week, mostly with Builder's Block, but that's alright. Is the Glow Squid farm. I think I have shown this already, but it has produced a lot of glowing. It's literally more than I will actually ever need. And it's only produced so much because for some reason all the amount of work I've done in that big red building there seems to be the perfect distance for this to just produce ink like crazy. And I accidentally did an overnight session last night. I was meant to do a couple of hours. I was done for the day and I was like, oh, I'll just like leave my character logged in next to the villager breeder so that can run, so by the time I come on in the morning I'll have a bunch of villagers I can just move straight in. And then I just went to bed and completely forgot to log out and turn off my computer, so it was running all night. Oops. For this episode, that will be it. I know it's a little bit more chaotic than you are probably used to. Where are my boots? Oh, that's fine. It's just probably a little bit more chaotic than you're used to. But it kind of felt chaotic on my end. I had a plan, and then my plan kept falling apart because I didn't like anything I had already decided on. And so you were kind of along for the ride. Else that was happening then. But like I said, I'm a brand new YouTuber, I make mistakes, and I appreciate you sticking it out with me here. Because I think we're still going to do and achieve some incredible things. Anyway, I want to say thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and stick along for the next one. Anyway, thanks for joining. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.